It's Batman time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batmobile from the Flash movie, but it is based on the 1989 Batman movie from Tim Burton, right? Featuring Michael Keaton, who we also got like a little figure over here, because you gotta have Michael Keaton that goes with it. And we only have like drawn art at the back, which is so lame. Couldn't even have a picture of Keaton? Well, Keaton. That's probably too expensive. But yeah, this is my favorite Batmobile design, so I had to pick this one up. Even though it is insanely huge, as you can tell. It's so over the top looking, it's so badass looking, and it also, like, this is the Batmobile that somewhat made it into the animated series. Like, you know, a different version of it, but it's still kind of the look that's so iconic. Have a look at the car and also the figure. This is gonna be a combo review. You're gonna get everything. Let's go. Well, I finally got the cockpit open and have a look at the size. Well, let's see. This ruler isn't gonna cut it, so I have this mess. I used to have like one of these rulers where you just kind of pull out the string, but I don't have it anymore. So from the back wing to the front part is like 51 centimeters. I'll put the inches up on the screen because this thing doesn't have inches. And for the height, let's see for the cockpit. If it would be close, that would be about 15 centimeters to the top. What else do we have? Like the back, the ass of it, the bat ass is about 20, almost 21 centimeters if you're going all the way to the side. And the front part, like, yeah, I'm doing this really detailed, so nobody can be like, oh, how wide is it? The front part is like 19, almost 19 centimeters if you're going to the back side, to the outside of the wheels. It's more like 18 and a half, so there you got your sizes, size comparisons. How do I even do this? Here's the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Playmates Party Van in a couple of different poses. Here's Jolter, both of them for this one. The SH Figure Arts Goku and Vegeta. NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the movie, the comic books, and the video games. Storm Collectibles Balrog and Ryu. And Darkseid. And as a little bonus, I thought I'd put some figures into it so you can get a vibe and overall look of how it works. And I think I have a lot of fun with it. Like, the cockpit is pretty big, so most figures will fit in there. The Michael Keaton Batman in this shot, he does go in a little bit further, otherwise you clip the bat ears. And finally we have Scorpion, who looks angry. Angry driving, don't do it. So, after that bit of fun, I hope you liked all the comparisons with the figures. Hit it up with a like if you did. Also, we get a card, which I don't care for because it's just another image. Can't even have a picture of the movie, have like the data file, the Batmobile, blah 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 blah. Don't care. It looks amazing. So, first and foremost, it's super duper glossy and it's a lot of unpainted plastic, so beware of that. There's already like tons of fingerprints on there. It leaves fingerprints left and right, and probably very easy to scratch, so yeah, be aware of that, be careful with it. And as I was saying, lots of unpainted plastic, but the parts that are painted actually look great. Let me move the camera back. We have the lights, which unfortunately is just plain orange. There's no shading on it, there's no, like, what I would have preferred, since it's lights, would have been nice to have like some translucent plastic. We do have the gunmetal in the front with the big nose of the big engine in there. The tires are somewhat rubberized, so it's soft and that's nice. Like, I hate it when I have tires and it's just like plastic like the rest of it. Also have the nice gold Batman logo in there. Some mechanical detail on the side. All of these are, I think, are just attached to the figure. I say the figure because it's yeah, you know, force of habit, but it's obviously a vehicle. But yeah, also nice and shiny. It does stand out in a good way. We've got some more panel lining going on all throughout it, the top and the lower half. On the side, we got some vents, the big vent and the smaller ones, another tire with some more detail on there. And then we have the fins, which you have to attach. Those are completely hollow, and I feel like most of the vehicle is. You can hear that. That's like the tires moving around. But it's still, you know, I feel like it's still like sturdy and it has a nice heft to it, but not too much. Then we have some more lights, the tail lights in the back, which still, again, just red. It looks cartoony, and I know I'm talking about a Batmobile and it being too cartoony, but Again, translucent red plastic would have gone a long way, I think. Have the vents with some more gunmetal, the big fire-spitting engine in the back, and some more exhaust pipes. Still, I mean, I love the gunmetal, I love the metallic, the lighter parts in there. And we move it around to the same detail on side. On the front part, we also have the canopy, which is in gray. And that's really the only thing that really bothers me. Well, really, it more like bothers me that they have already announced that they're gonna make one with the canopy just all painted in black. So, kind of getting screwed on that one, McFarlane. How dare you know, but still, I mean, the piece still looks awesome. You have the button here to open this up, and you just slide it out. You have this weird slidey thingy over here, and you just move it up, and we have some more detail in the cockpit. Let me have a look at that. Let me zoom in on that. It's mostly just a bunch of gray. It's nothing like super duper detailed, but the fact that they did anything at all, I think is cool. So, have a seat in there, and nothing really moves. The steering wheel doesn't even move. That's a little bit disappointing. Again, not a deal breaker, but just small details which would have been fun to play around with. But there you go. I mean, there's not much else. It rolls very nicely, and it looks great, and it's huge. And we also have like the Michael Keaton Batman. I'm just going to speed on this because I wanted to focus on the car. I only have to figure because of the car, because I can't have a Batmobile without the goddamn Batman. 19 and a half, almost 20 to the top of his bat ears, bat horns, whatever you want to call it. And pretty much 7.5, 7.6, same thing. I'm going to do size comparisons because I already had him next to the car. Anyway, focus on the face sculpt. A lot of people say, it's like Val Kilmer or something. I think it looks good enough like Michael Keaton, especially considering the price point from the McFarlanetoys figures. He has the distinctive lips, and that's kind of like the thing. Like Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton had some very distinctive lips. I don't know, just look it up. But yeah, I think it looks good. The eyes are clean enough, and the cowl looks good. There's a little bit of bleeding on it, but also the molding on it. Like the entire skin itself, I mean, he looks a bit wrinkly, he looks a little bit older, and that's how it should be. The rest of the figure is a lot of unpainted black plastic. The main issue I have is like the top part is a lot more glossy than the rest. I don't know how well you can see it under the camera. And there's some weird armor parts which have a little bit of different molding on there. You can definitely see it over here. There's some of it on the top. And these parts just kind of seem to be sprinkled around at random at some parts, I feel like. You have like the glossy shoulder pads and then the not glossy the arms, the elbows and whatnot, and then again glossy down here and then not glossy in the hands. So it's just kind of inconsistent, and I think it looks weird. The bat symbol in there also has some bleeding, and I don't even know what's going on over there. And you could say, oh, well, just barrel damage, but I don't know. And also it's just me, or is his torso a little bit too long, a little bit too lanky. You could say the same about the arms. It's alright. At first I thought the cowl, the entire mask part, was a little bit too high, but it does look like that. The main issue with that is that it is somewhat disconnected from the rest of the body, because they stuck the entire cape under there. As such, it just kind of floats just a little bit to the sides over here. And the cape is a real cloth cape, which I prefer over like a plastic cape. Unfortunately though, we don't have any wires, so if you plan on posing this cape, tough luck, can't do it. As we move down to the legs, the leg part, you have the soft diaper part, soft-ish, the simple black belts and some more armor parts on the sides, the knee parts, and for whatever reason, they decided to dry brush some dirt on his boots. I don't know about this one. It's quite a lot on most parts, and it's just at the boots and nowhere else. Now I get it. Well, it's dirt. Of course, it's only going to be on the boots, you idiot. But I don't know. Then again, like if you're gonna apply a dirt part to the figure, why just do it over there, and not like, you know, maybe a little bit of slaps here and there, maybe like some battle damage and whatnot. I just find it random. It doesn't, like, whatever. Also, why don't you clean your boots when you get in the car? God damn it. But yeah, this guy also has articulation, but who cares, he just has to sit in the car. And I have trouble getting him into the car without breaking his, well, not breaking his antennas, but just kind of squishing it. But since it's soft plastic, it's not the worst thing in the world. Starting off with the hat, goes backward quite nicely, goes to the forward, yeah, there we go, side to side, also swivels. Then for the shoulder action, you can rotate it around in there, bring it forward, and all the way around. It's blocked by this entire patch of armor on the side. Do have bicep swivel, double hinged elbows, which are nice and ratcheted, and also the hand is ratcheted, which this one's frozen, so let me try this one. There you go, up and down. You can even see with all the blackness in there, and can also be swiveled on there. Then for the chest area, moves forward, side to side, and also can be swiveled quite far. Then for the lower half, the hip part, you can rotate those around, bring it forward, bring it to the back, and let's see if we arch all of this to the front, to the back, side to side, and yeah. Then for the legs, move that forward, out to the side, and to the back. We still have this weird kind of hinge in there, which is somewhat ratcheted. It's not as sturdy as some of the other parts, but you know, overall the figure is sturdy. Like, it is tight. There's nothing flopping around at all, but can't rotate it on there. If it was a ball, that would be a lot better. You have the double hinge knees, which are also nicely ratcheted. That's the word I was looking for. And then for the foot, quite interestingly, you have the top part, which you can rotate around. So that's, I mean, added articulation. I'm not complaining about it. The foot is ratcheted, which is good because it's sturdy, but it's also bad because it locks into place. So it can be cumbersome to find the right position for it. And we also have an ankle rocker on the lower half. So I mean, posing him is not really an issue, but it's also not really an option because you're going into the car. And Batman also has accessories. He got some fist hands to punch people in the face, just regular stuff. And then we also have a batarang and the grappling hook, which, all considering how small they are, look pretty nice and detailed. So there you got that. Yeah, card in the back of the box. I don't care if it's the same picture that was at the back of the box. And we also have this DC base, which all these guys from McFarlane have, which again, gotta keep that in the box. I don't really care for it too much. Final thoughts! This thing is really cool. Let me move the ruler out of the way. I don't know, I never give like ratings, like numbers, but I recently thought about it, and if I would rate this car, this mobile of a bat, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Because the only thing is like the canopy in the gray and the lights could have been done better, but as they are, they still look decent. I like it's bright and colorful in contrast to the all black, so it does stand out in an interesting way, but could have looked better. The Batman figure itself, it's like a 5 or 6 or whatever. It's a pretty average looking Batman. It's I mean, it does the job, but I only got it because of the car. I don't even know if I looked at the lower half of it. I think I forgot, because there's like a bat symbol on there, bat symbol under there. You have the treads, and yeah, that just kind of completes the review. Sorry, kind of forgot about the lower half, but then again, who cares about that? You're not gonna display it on the upside, on like just like that. Who does that? That's a waste. Anyway, love this car figure. It's alright. Just buy it. There you go. That's gonna do it as usual. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever the Batmobile wants.